Hi guys, welcome back to my series Unresolved Mysteries. This is part 3 for the unresolved plane hijacking Dan Cooper. So the investigation has started. The radar hadn't detected a parachute, a deployed parachute, nothing. They searched and interviewed the local farmhouses. They also ran boats along the Lake Merwin and Yell Lake, but they never found Cooper. They never found his body, nor the equipment, nor the money. Until 1980, when 80-year-old Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family on the beachfront of the Columbia River. And as he was getting the area ready for a campfire, he found the money. He had actually found 3 packets of the ransom money, and this is actually how it looked. It was still packaged and arranged the exact same way it had been given to Dan, and in total it was around $5,800 that he had found. Of course, he reported it to the FBI, who confirmed the money was indeed Dan Cooper's ransom money. This, of course, ended up giving the case a lot of attention all over again. So the police and the FBI started investigating again. They ended up concluding that Dan didn't land near the Merwin Lake, but instead the Washougal River. And the physical evidence, along with the geological evidence that they had, were very incompatible. And that just made it harder for the investigators. And they never ended up finding who he was, his fate, the equipment, nor the remainder of the money. In 45 years after the hijack, the FBI had built a 66-volume case file that led to no conclusion or anything that could solve the case. His case file is now preserved for historical purposes at the FBI headquarters in DC. And on July of 2016, Dan Cooper, if alive, he was assumed to be 85 years old. The FBI officially stopped their investigation. To this day, this case remains as the only documented unresolved case of air piracy in the history of commercial aviation. After this case, the airports started implementing better security, metal detectors, and baggage inspection became mandatory. And as you guys know by now, I always give you a theory about what could have happened. So the FBI has a theory, and they theorize that he didn't survive the jump because of the weather that night, his lack of proper skydiving equipment, the area where he jumped into, like the water, the rivers, the lakes, the forest, and the fact that they never found the remainder of the money, which makes them think that he just never spent it. But if you ask me, I don't believe it. Mainly because the flight attendant said he was very knowledgeable and correctly identified a lot of the terrain that they were flying over, which makes me think that he did know exactly where he was